January 2024, the United States, under the Biden administration, paused funding to UNRWA following reports that there were UNRWA staff that participated in the October 7 massacre that killed over 1,200 innocent people in Israel. There are other estimates that have come out since that. Some of those estimates in the timeline being that an estimated 10% of UNRWA employees are actually operatives for Hamas or Palestinian Islamic Jihad or Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade or other terrorist groups operating in Gaza. Other estimates that have come out on that timeline, 50% of them have family ties to these groups. Part of this timeline that goes before January of 24 is that UNRWA was defunded under the Trump administration, and funding was therefore reinstituted under the Biden administration before they came back and cut it off. And while the decision to pause UNRWA, that funding in January was definitely a good step, it did come too late. And this is an important part of that timeline, as I know I'm jumping around in it a little bit. The administration could have announced at any time, really, between October 7 and January, that they wanted to pause the funding for UNRWA, but they did, whether conveniently or not, wait just a couple of days after there was a distribution of about $121 million to UNRWA to announce that they were going to pause funding to them. And this bill is about clawing back any dollars that went to UNRWA. I'm proud to say that this is a bipartisan bill, lead with Representative Gottheimer and other members on this committee that have been a part of this as well, that, as I said, directs the Secretary of State to take the steps to withdraw or recover any federal funds that have been made available to UNRWA. You know, we can keep going on the thread of timeline, and let's bring it right up to this week. Just in the past couple days, there have been raids on UNRWA headquarters in Gaza City by the IDF. Why? Because the UNRWA headquarters in Gaza City has been used as a launching pad for terrorist operations by Palestinian Islamic Jihad, by Hamas, by others. That's just right up into these past couple days. UNRWA continues to be a safe haven for terrorists in Gaza, and it's therefore very important that we not only make sure that there are no funds that go to them, that we claw back any funds that have gone to them in the past, or make every effort to do so. I do suspect that I may hear argument from the other side. I've heard arguments from the other side about taking dollars from UNRWA, and one of the most prominent arguments that I've heard has been to say, listen, we can't defend UNRWA, we can't defend what UNRWA has done and their participation in October 7, their participation of employees that have held hostages, their participation of employees and their family members that have supported building tunnels and transporting weapons. We can't defend any of that, but we have to continue to fund them. That makes absolutely no sense. It's one of the worst arguments that I've ever heard for why we shouldn't retract any dollars that were sent to them, prevent any dollars from being sent to them. If we cannot defend them, then we have absolutely no business funding them and funding them with $1 of every American taxpayer across our country. In that, Mr. Chairman, I thank you for the time, and I yield back the remainder of my time.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe. I will be back on YouTube with more exclusive content, so stay tuned.